All right, welcome back to the channel. Well, unfortunately, it looks like Teofimo Lopez will be ducking Devin Haney. Will be moving up to 140 pounds and making the biggest mistake in his young career, in my opinion. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. All right, I know that there will be a temptation to fall in love with Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo Lopez did something very, very significant, and it is wonderful to have Teofimo Lopez as a young champion, and he deserves all of the credit in the world for beating Vasily Lomachenko, and I want nothing but the best for the young man. Don't think anything but highly of him. Definitely appreciate his family, appreciate his skills, all that good stuff. I don't think I've said bad words about Teofimo Lopez, and I don't plan on really doing it now because I don't think that there's anything that he has done right now that really deserves any type of chastisement. However, it does look like coming down the road that will not be the case because all of the buzz that I hear around him and even things I hear coming out of Teofimo Lopez's mouth tell me that there is a significant chance that he may not fight Devin Haney. He might go up to 104, drop his belts, go up to 140 pounds, and set himself up for fights with Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, right? That's what it sounds like he's going to do. And from the outside looking in, I could see why people in his camp would want to do that. He is a very, very big guy. He said that he would feel more comfortable at 140 pounds than 135 pounds. All of those things are reasonable. But those are all Teofimo Lopez's problems. Those are not boxing fan problems. Boxing fan problems are, hey, who's the best guy at 135 pounds? Who's the best guy at 135 pounds? Teofimo Lopez has not proven that it's him. And that's just a fact because there's another guy there who Vasily Lomachenko did not fight, who he relinquished his belt. I don't care what the WBC says it, how they want to write it down on a piece of paper. Mauricio Sulaiman, dude, you are not a musician. You are not a magician. You are not going to switch words around on a piece of paper and have people not know what's actually going on in front of their face. Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko, but Vasily Lomachenko ducked Devin Haney with the assistance of the WBC. So as much as, right? And let me tell you what I'm going to talk about in this video. Look, as much as Teofimo did a great job, dude, he has not made it. He has more things to prove at 135 pounds, and he cannot make Devin Haney go away because Devin Haney's telling the truth. As much as I've been on Devin Haney about what was going on with Gary Russell Jr. and all the who's capping this and capping that, in the situation with the Devin Haney is in with Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney is 100% right. So it doesn't matter whether or not you feel extremely happy that Teofimo Lopez won a belt, that he's a champion, another American champion, another Hispanic champion that is great for the sport of boxing. It just doesn't matter. He still has not proven that he is the best lightweight. He won the belt against a guy that ducked Devin Haney. Devin Haney is telling you that's what happened. Everybody saw that's what happened. And if Teofimo Lopez doesn't fight him, that is going to be shame on Teofimo Lopez. And that's just what it is. And if you guys think that you guys can just talk Teofimo Lopez out of that, if you can talk Teofimo Lopez out of that and call Devin Haney a bunch of names and talk about what route Devin Haney took versus what route he took and all of that, dude, I don't care about the routes. I care about the fighters. And Teofimo Lopez does not have the status, nor does he have the accomplishments to blow off Devin Haney like he's some new, like Teofimo Lopez now has adopted the prima donna status of the guy he beat. No, dude, that's not the case. It's not the case. Teofimo will have to prove it at 135 against Devin Haney. If he goes to 140 and 147 without doing it, he would not have done it. And that is my point. So, first and foremost, dude, Teofimo Lopez he's not made it. He has not made it. I know that we in boxing want to, as soon as the fight's over, you get a bunch of people that think they have the power to crown people king. The media does not have the ability to crown people king. The fans have the ability to crown people king. And that's just the truth. The media wants to act like they have the ability to do that, but they don't, because the media has to sell those fighters to the fans that buy, and it's up to the fans whether they buy or not. And the fact of the matter is that Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, this situation with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney is happening in the middle of the street with everybody looking. You cannot pretend that Devin Haney doesn't exist. Going to Twitter and saying, calling the email champion and all this stuff and saying, well, how dare Devin call Teofimo Lopez the asterisk champ while he got his through the email, because he is the asterisk champ. He is. And even ESPN is not calling it undisputed. They're saying he's the youngest 4-belt champion. Even that's wrong, because the daggone franchise champion is not a belt. It's a designation, but whatever. They're not even acknowledging you anymore. ESPN and Top Ranker saying the youngest 4-belt champion did not call you unified, because people with common sense know that you cannot be undisputed, though you are unified. You cannot be undisputed if there's somebody out there disputing it. And if you don't take the challenge at age 22, 23, with Devin Haney, 22, 23, and you try to skid up and go away from him, dog, you're going to look bad. You're going to look bad, and the conversation is going to be swimming around you for years, and eventually you're going to have to pay the piper, man. Eventually you're going to have to pay the piper. Now, these other guys are going to sell you that, oh, well, don't fight Haney because we got this plan for you where you can become the next Canelo, and let's put you in this new, we're going to put you in and direct you in this new path so you can be the new Canelo. We're going to get you a good fighter, that we know you can knock out with a good name, and we're going to do that 2 or 3 times, and then we're going to try to build you up on pay-per-view, but we can't have you fighting guys like Devin Haney. We can't have you fighting guys like, like Regis Prograis. We can't do all that stuff because we know there's a chance you might lose to those guys. And we're really thinking of your future, Teofimo. We're trying to make $100 million. We're trying to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. Dog, how many people are going to go this route of trying to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. and fail before they realize it would be just as good for you to be yourself? And to actually go out there and prove that you can beat all these people by going out and beating all these people. All these make-believe records that people keep throwing around that don't mean anything. The 3 and 4 weight divisions. Oh, I'm a 3-4 weight division champ, but you ain't fought nobody in any of those weight classes. Now, I'm not saying that's Teofimo, but that's just the truth. It was the truth of Vasily. Who did Vasily Lomachenko ever beat, really, at 130 pounds? His best win is Gary Russell Jr. And after he beat Gary Russell Jr., he went on a hiatus of fighting anybody halfway decent. He didn't give a rematch. I don't care about this Nicholas Walters nonsense. You guys be trying to blow up fighters after the fact, right? Like Nicholas Walters everybody thought, so many people thought Nicholas Walters was going to beat Lomachenko. That makes it a good fight. No, they did not. There's a whole bunch of people hoping Nicholas Walters would beat Vasily Lomachenko, hoping, but nobody thought Nicholas Walters was some world beater. That was just he was just one of the members that participated in the Lomachenko hype train, in the No Mas hype train, where all of a sudden reasonable fighters that are not getting beat up that bad all of a sudden just decide to quit in the middle of a fight for no good reason. And it starts happening magically at 130. Nobody's doing it nobody did that at 126, right? Nobody's quitting from Lomachenko at 126. Ain't nobody quitting at 130. But for a magical stretch of 3 or 4 fights, everybody quit against him. Man, get out of here, man, with that orchestrated nonsense. Please do not let Teofimo Lopez's career drift into the orchestrated. He's plenty good fighter, dude, but if you guys, and he has the ability to beat Devin Haney. I'm not saying that I know Devin Haney's going to beat Teofimo Lopez and what an easy fight is, but I believe Devin Haney has a better chance of beating Teofimo Lopez than Vasily Lomachenko did. And I'm interested in seeing who the best fighter is. I'm not interested in to see how high Teofimo Lopez can climb in his career by avoiding other fighters that are around him. And who's he going to fight at 140? All of the fights are locked up at 140. There's an undisputed fight going on at 140. That is, unless Bob Arum decides to split that up, which more than likely he's going to do. I doubt very much that there's undisputed at 140. Bobby Aaron wouldn't let there be undisputed at 135. These guys don't care about undisputed. It's better for them to have the belts all chopped up so they can sell you 15 fake stories all at the same time instead of just giving you one true one. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's my take on the matter. I think that if Teofimo Lopez does not fight Devin Haney and he goes to 140 without doing it, that to date will be the biggest mistake of his career because it will label him as a duck and people are not going to let go of it. You will be hearing that stuff for the rest of your career. And despite what you think about Canelo Alvarez, dude, Canelo Alvarez has never really got to where Canelo Alvarez could be. If Canelo Alvarez was really interested in making the fights against the guys that everybody wants to see him fight. His career it has plateaued with the moves that he has made lately. Now, it might be good money for it to plateau because he's already there, but you're not guaranteed that, Teofimo. Anyway, that's my take. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.